Qualifying, down home shed Sportsman. Sportsman, please now make your way to pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Sportsman, pit road backstretch. Down home shed Sportsman. Sportsman, please make your way to the pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Down home shed Sportsman. Sportsman, pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Race fans, please stay hydrated. It's quite warm outside here today. Thankfully, nothing's falling from the sky, but we are under a heat advisory. That'll remain in effect until 8 o'clock tonight with heat indices exceeding 105 degrees. So please stay hydrated. Drink plenty of fluids and get some shade as much as you can. We're getting ready to go racing here at Dixieland. We've got hot laps and qualifying coming up right now. On deck is going to be the down home shed Sportsman. Sportsman, please make your way to pit road backstretch. Want to thank all of our partners here at Dixieland Speedway that make every Friday night possible, including Wells Mechanical. We also want to thank our friends at Down Home Sheds, Moyoc Automotive, Moody's Water Conditioning, the UPS Store of Elizabeth City, Rob Keston, Apple Door Systems, Crenetti Grading, Albemarle Septic, Huckmeyer Equipment. Also want to thank Kellogg Supply Company, Milton Council and Team, T&B Services, Affordable Transmission, Performance Siding, Gale Force Guns, Coastal Development, and so much more. Again, a big thanks to all of our partners. Again, I want to thank our friends at Dixie 105.7. Today's hottest country lives on Dixie 105.7. They've been playing all your country hits and yesterday's favorites for more than 30 years. Turn the dial to Dixie 105.7 or visit online at Dixie1057.com. Down Home Sheds is your #1 Old Hickory Buildings dealer in the country, offering storage sheds and metal buildings in North Carolina and Virginia. Over 200 buildings in stock ready for delivery. Rent to own with no credit check, free delivery and setup. If you need a storage shed or metal building, go check out Down Home Sheds at their new 6-acre mega store located at 1528 North Road Street in Elizabeth City. Find them on Facebook or go to their website at downhomesheds.com. Moody's Water Conditioning is your family-owned local full-service water treatment company. They offer water analysis to determine your treatment needs. Moody's Water Conditioning maintains all your service needs once installed without a service contract. They strive to focus on customer service and to continually build on customer value. Moody's Water will address whatever your water quality issue is. Give them a call and they're going to race right on over. 757-436-8055. That's 757-436-8055. Big thanks to Robert Moody and team. Just about set for the hot laps and qualifying for the Down Home Shed Sportsman as they get in position and get ready to go after it here this afternoon. Of course, tonight will be round 8 of the 2026 season. The Sportsman Division returns, and all eyes are once again focused on one guy. That's Joe Weiss. 5 wins and 7 races have turned the #0 machine into the class of the field. But the championship races, we know they're not won in June. They're won over an entire season. Joe has to keep an eye on Troy Warren, the young gentleman applying pressure from second in points. he's done exceptionally well. We're talking about Troy Warren. Picked up a win early on in the season, and he calls the Outer Banks home. Jeff Siflett is still searching for his first victory of the year, and Kyle Watts remains one of the most consistent drivers in the pit area. So can anyone slow down the dominant Joe Weiss? Or are we witnessing the start of a championship season of the ages? We're going to find out. The Sportsman Stars ready to go here in just a bit. Getting ready to move the Sportsman onto the Speedway, Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. Sport Compacts, please make your way to pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. Please make your way now to pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Race fans, head on down to the refreshment stands. Get you a bite to eat. We've got nachos. We've got ice cream, ice-cold Pepsi products. Pepsi is the official soft drink of Dixieland Speedway. Also have water and much, much more on sale at our refreshment stands. Something great to eat. Got to get you a burger or maybe some chicken or barbecue. We've got it all for you at our refreshment stands located located behind the main grandstands here at the racetrack. Also, Evelyn and Debbie are going to have you covered in the infield refreshment stand. And of course, our souvenir stand is open so you can get your official Dixieland Speedway gear. Maybe you need hearing protection because you forgot it.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Okay, go ahead. I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass. Go ahead.
Everyone I know uses my race pass. 1, 2, 3.
Search for Dixieland Speedway. You can keep up with all the live timing and scoring. You'll see what I see up in the tower as we're calling the race, also what our scorers see as well. Again, that's myracepass.com. Search for Dixieland Speedway, and you'll be able to keep up with all things scoring here this evening. Again, we're getting set for hot laps and qualifying. Our Sportsman division are getting ready to roll, so we do need the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. Sport Compacts, please make your way to pit road backstretch. You're following the Sportsman. Again, following the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts, we'll have those Virginia Sprint cars. We love the Virginia Sprints. The Traveling Touring Series makes its stop to Dixieland Speedway for the second time in 2026. They'll be the third series to practice. Following them, the Performance Siding Super Streets will hit the racetrack. We Legends cars, those very affordable Legends cars. As I was chatting with Bill down in the infield here earlier, they'll be coming out, followed by the Dixieland Crown Vics, and then we've got the side-by-sides coming back here tonight. The dynasty continues. The lead storyline here at Dixieland is Joe Weiss, because if you're going to win a down-home shed Sportsman event, you got to go through and beat Joe Weiss, the Elizabeth City driver, as we mentioned. He's got 5 checkered flags, and who could forget 2 Friday nights ago, our last points-paying night at the racetrack. Joe drove his Sportsman car, took it to victory lane. Then he hopped in a late model stock car, dirt late model car that is, and took it to victory lane. His first ever dirt late model victory. He got it done last Friday night. Also, not only did he win 2 races, the 2 events he started, but he also saw his daughter, Holly Johnson, pick up a victory in the Performance Siding Super Street. So he's hoping to get 3 wins tonight. Now, the late models are off tonight, but Joe tells me he's going to have some fun potentially in a Super Streets car. And I'm told Larry Jackson's going to be here tonight to run the Sportsman as well. We'll keep you posted on all of that and much, much more throughout the evening. Again, race fans, please stay hydrated. We do have a heat advisory in effect until 8 o'clock, so please drink lots of fluids so we can enjoy the evening's events all night long. Now, Troy Warren, he's not going away. How about the Knott's Island driver who set second in the championship standings, won early on in the year? Every start this year, all 7, he has finished inside the top 5. So what a great run Troy Warren's having as he's learning this race car and this racetrack. There you see him setting down on pit lane, the 3rd car, make that now the 4th car to roll. So, yeah, nobody's been more consistent than Troy Warren, that is, outside of the point standings leader. So the number 15 continues to put pressure on Joe Weiss each and every Friday night. Again, we talked about Jeff Shiflett. That's the 3rd car in line, the number 1, the Moyock Automotive race car. He's perhaps the biggest mystery in this series because Jeff Shiflett is 3rd in points and has yet to find victory circle. Now, remember, he has won over the years at this racetrack, East Carolina Motor Speedway, and so much more, as well as Langley Speedway up in Hampton. So 5 top 5 finishes and 7 top 10s have kept him firmly in the championship hunt. But sooner or later, he'll need a trip to victory lane if he wants to challenge for the title. Five laps for each of these cars, including Jensen Walsh. Jensen Walsh, car number 62, the first to roll. We talked about Joe Weiss. He leads by 32 points coming into tonight. He's rolling through turn number 3. As again, they are being timed. Each and every lap will take the best of their 5 laps. At the moment, Joe Weiss is the quickest, 20.159 seconds for car number 0 coming out of turn number 2. Hitting the start-finish line that time was car number 1, Jeff Shiflett, who has not gotten up to speed quite yet. Jensen Walsh, 0.9 of a second slower than the 0 car, who's trying to get that car wound up as you hear the car accelerating coming out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Joe Weiss in car number 0. Jeff Shiflett in the number 1 car, driving a 2017 Rocket Chevy. He's ran at Saluda, Brinkley. He's won on dirt and a lot of asphalt races over the years. Sponsored by Curvin Orthopedic Group, Gentleman's Plumbing Incorporated, Little Scott's Tree Service, Moyock's Automotive, and Joe's Maintenance, as well as Beach Radiator, helping support Jeff Shiflett, who right now sits 3rd in line here as far as times are concerned. Jeff Shiflett had his fastest lap that most recent trip around, 22.178 seconds. Good enough to have him again 3rd thus far. Jensen Walsh, the 62, that driver is from Chesapeake. Multiple karting championships for Jensen Walsh, who enjoys fishing on the weekends. His favorite NASCAR Cup Series driver, Carson Hocevar. Carson Hocevar picking up his first NASCAR Cup Series victory at Talladega Super Speedway earlier this season. He's become one of the most popular drivers in the sport. And right now, that Jensen Walsh, that's his favorite driver. He's currently 2nd. Joe Weiss is the fastest, no surprise, 20.159 seconds. He got that on his opening lap. Again, 5 laps for each of the drivers. Will take the best of their 5 laps, and that will be considered their lap of record. The fastest driver will start first or on the pole position on the inside of row number 1. Here he is, Troy Warren from Knott's Island, taking the green flag in car number 15. 02 race car, that is Dennis Nash. Car did not sound good as it came by the start-finish line, and there is car number 28 Kyle Watts. Kyle Watts on the racetrack. Part of the Moyoc Mafia team. As he takes that car over into turn number 3, the black 28 race car. Again, Kyle Watts, 4th in the championship standings. Yet to find victory lane, but he does have 6 top 5 finishes, 82 points outside the lead. Right now, Kyle Watts is 5th quickest. Troy Warren will go to 2nd. That'll knock Jensen Walsh back to 3rd. Troy Warren registering a time of 21.069 seconds. So a good lap for car number 15. But Joe Weiss, the only driver in the 22nd bracket. And again, a unhealthy race car number 02. At least that's how it sounds when it comes by the start-finish line from Elizabeth City. That is car number, again, number 15, Troy Warren. And we were talking about the 02 of Dennis Nash from Elizabeth City. 3 cars coming through turns 3 and 4. 2 more remain. Last call for our Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. Your needed pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. Troy Warren even faster on lap number 3, 20.747 seconds. He still needs almost 0.6 of a second if he wants to take the top spot from Joe Weiss. He did bypass the 02 of Dennis Nash, was not able to pick up speed. So again, it's Joe Weiss with the fastest lap, 20.159 seconds. Troy Warren, the 15 car, working through turn number 3. He is currently 2nd quick. Jensen Walsh is 3rd. Jeff Shiflett 4th. And Kyle Watts had his fastest lap. That puts him 4th overall. Correction, 5th overall. Jeff Shiflett is 4th. And that next group will wrap it up. It continues to be Joe Weiss, the fastest here on the Speedway, having a great run here earlier in practice and qualifying, hoping to go pick up yet another victory. If Joe Weiss would win tonight, it would be his 6th victory. Talking about Kyle Watts, nobody's been more consistent than him. 6 starts, 6 top 5 finishes. He has quietly assembled one of the strongest seasons thus far. The speed is there. We see the consistency is there. Now he's just looking for that breakout moment, and that breakout moment could come this evening. Speaking of breakout, look who's rolling on the Speedway right now. That's car number 44 exiting pit lane. That is the Nixon to Nightmares, Larry Jackson. Larry normally drives the number 2 for the late models. Late models are off this evening. He says, hey, I'm going to go out and race. I'm going to run a Sportsman car as these drivers take the green flag. And the driver that just took the green flag, that is Alonzo King. Slides the car up over in turns 1 and 2. Lost some time for Alonzo King as he'll get his bearings together and keep on rolling. You can see the 44 car, Larry Jackson. That car is rotating, and he's trying to catch Joe Weiss's time of 20.159 seconds. Here he comes out of turn number 4. Larry Jackson across the line. Larry Jackson goes to the top. 19.644 seconds. Larry Jackson is the fastest by a half a second at Dixieland Speedway. Car 44 to the pole. Joe Weiss will have to settle for 2nd right now in car number 0. Alonzo King in the 80. That race car right now is currently 6th quick, 22.812 seconds. So, again, it's Larry Jackson. You're thinking, maybe why hasn't he stopped the car? He's already won the pole. Remember, this is practice as well. They're just trying to see what they have in their race cars, how the track is handling. That's why Larry Jackson has not given up, and he wanted to get some distance between himself and Alonzo King so he can see what his car has in store. And as soon as I say that, he backs off the throttle. But nevertheless, it's Larry Jackson to the top on his opening lap. Lap 1, he was able to get it done and put that car on the pole. Car 44, the driver from Elizabeth City. Here comes Alonzo King. He's looking for more speed. Can he find it? Survey says yes. He'll move up to 5th spot for Alonzo King. 21.694 seconds. That drop kicks Jeff Shiflett back to 6th, or provisionally outside of row number 3. So Alonzo King coming through turns 3 and 4. A couple of more laps. And actually, I say that this is his last lap. He takes the checkered flag, and he will not go any faster there on lap number 5. So that'll wrap it up for Alonzo King. That wraps it up For our Sportsman Series, Larry Jackson gets it done. He'll win the pole award here this afternoon with a time of 19.644 seconds, the only driver to crack into the 19-second bracket. Joining him on the front row will be car number 0, Joe Weiss, your point standings leader. Row 2 will be Troy Warren and Jensen Walsh. Starting 5th will be Alonzo King. Jeff Shiflett will fire off 6th, followed by Kyle Watson 7th, and rounding out the top 8 will be Dennis Nash in car number 02. Coming out now, we're going to have those Moody water conditioning sport compacts. That means we need the Virginia Sprints to get in place in the outside pits. You are coming up next. Virginia Sprints in the outside pits. Please get ready. You are coming up next. Time now for the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. They are on the speedway as we speak. They have the tightest championship battles anywhere at the racetrack. Rylan Lindsay, car number 87 on the racetrack. He has been fast, and I tell you, he has picked up quite a few checkered flags as he takes that car over into turns 1 and 2 now as he rides down the back straightaway. Car number 87, the driver from Camden, 3 checkered flags here in 2026. It's been a fantastic season for that young competitor. He won the last time out, hoping to get it done again tonight here at Dixieland Speedway. Also on the racetrack, we've got Ryan Bingham in car number 8B from Virginia Beach. He's also picked up a victory, 6 top 5 finishes. He is just 2 points outside of the lead from Rylan Lindsay. Now, Rylan Lindsay has been at this for 4 seasons at car number 87. He drives a Honda Civic. He is going to be coming out of turn number 2 now behind the 52 race car. And that, my friends, is 4th place in point standings, Colleen Stevens from Elizabeth City. Colleen Stevens yet to find winner's circle, but she does have 3 top 5 finishes here in 2026. Good enough, again, to put her 4th in the points chase. Also on the racetrack is car number 19 from Elizabeth City. That's John Gardner. Now, John Gardner drives the Chevrolet Cavalier, sponsored by Wilbum Truck Equipment of Portsmouth, Parts Barn, Bayport Motorsports in Portsmouth, and WCR General Contracting in Chesapeake. In his 2nd season of competition, his crew members include Teresa Gardner, Isaac and Sarah Jeffries, Jason Gardner, and Caitlin Gardner help support car number 19, John Gardner, who's currently 3rd quick. Rylan Lindsay is the fastest, 23.122 seconds. Ryan Bingham right now is 2nd quickest. John Gardner is 3rd, and Colleen Stevens 4th, and that's going to wrap it up for the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. Rylan Lindsay will start on the pole for the 15-lap feature coming up later this evening. Again, it's Rylan Lindsay, followed by Ryan Bingham outside of row 1. Row 2 will be John Gardner, and Colleen Stevens in car number 52 will fire off in 4th position. Colleen driving the Shut Up and Listen Records, Harbor Plumbing, Aaron Jones, Advanced Exteriors, and Singleton Pressure Washing sponsored car. Of course, her husband, Colton Stevens, will be competing here a little bit later on tonight. The Virginia Sprints, get ready. You are coming up next here at Dixieland Speedway. Virginia Sprints, they're going to have 5 laps of practice. This will not determine their starting lineup. They will have heat races coming up here in just a bit. Again, the Virginia Sprints will be coming up next here for hot laps, and now we see them beginning to roll as they are coming from the outside pit area. 15 drivers, 15 teams ready to go here tonight. Had a chance to talk to the series director, Jim Haynes, briefly in the pits, and he said tonight is going to be a great night. They got a bunch of race cars ready to go. They want to thank Precise Racing Products, Hoosier Racing Tires, Hoosier Tire Mid-Atlantic, Race Seaver Sprint Series, Brodick Cylinder Heads, Great Bridge Muffler and Brake, Jimmy and Chris Humblett, located in Chesapeake. Car 43 from Williamsburg, that is Chris Ware. Chris Ware, the IT technician The 54 car from Newport News, the Snap-on Tools, Matt Mullins. Car number 11 on the racetrack from Hampton, that is Matthew Leach. Also on the racetrack is going to be car number 44, the local driver from Moyock, that's Darren Bollock. Also on the racetrack is Robert Tyler in car number 75. Their last race for the Virginia Sprint Series took place on May the 30th at Natural Bridge Speedway. Gerald Harris picked up the victory. He would love to go for back-to-back race wins. Timmy Bittner, he won on May 16th at Hagerstown Speedway in Maryland. And then the race prior to that in early May, it was right here in Elizabeth City at Dixieland Speedway. Billy Hubbard, a multi-time track champion in the late model series, he won the Sprint Series. Also on the racetrack in car number 42 from Providence Forge, Virginia, Jacob Wood. Car number 71, that is Dylan Schatzer from Hagerstown, Maryland. Some more of the drivers that are rolling out onto the speedway. Here comes the 97 across the start-finish line from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Ben McCall. And then we have car number 20 from Shiloh, the auto repair shop owner, Jimmy Humblett. The 42 race car, we talked about Jacob Wood just a few minutes ago. He races Super Street Series at Langley Speedway. Also competes at Dominion Raceway, and he loves the Sprint Series and racing on dirt. Had a chance to chat with him briefly earlier this afternoon. Again, race fans, if you're just joining us, we are under a heat advisory. We do want everybody to stay hydrated. Please drink lots of fluids throughout the evening. We want to enjoy all night long, and to do that, we have to stay hydrated. Again, this is just practice. Just practice. We'll have heat races for the Virginia Sprint Series coming up in just a bit. Your attention to the pits, Performance Siding Super Streets. Performance Siding Super Streets pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Performance Siding Super Streets. Super Streets pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Super Streets. Dylan Schatzer in car number 71, the fastest thus far. He clocked it at 17.239 seconds. The 71 car got that on his fifth and final trip around. Darren Bollock, the local racer, he's currently second fastest in practice Robert Tyler, the 75 car, P3. Jacob Wood from Providence Forge, Virginia, 4th. And Matt Leach right now rounds out the top 5. He registered a lap of 18.148 seconds, and he got that on the second trip around. P6 in practice thus far is Matt Mullins in the 54 race car. Chris Ware is 7th, and Chris Humblett at car number 20, currently 8th fastest here in practice with the Virginia Sprint Series. And we got more getting ready to roll as we speak. I want to thank Bay Concrete Construction, Steve Chandler, sponsors of the Fast Friday races here at Dixieland Speedway. So a big thanks to Bay Concrete Construction. Chevron Lubricants by Jim Haynes Sales. I want to thank Jim Haynes for his leadership of the Virginia Sprint Series. Chesapeake Cove Marina of Deltaville, Virginia. Harris Moving, IMCA Racing, Wix Filters, Bronco and Blondie at dirt-tracking.com. J9 race car, that's going to be rolling here in a matter of moments. That's going to be Gerald Harris. Super Streets, pit road backstretch. Super Streets, performance siding, pit road backstretch for practice and qualifying. You're coming up immediately following this group. We do need Super Streets at this time to make your way to the pit road backstretch. The 20H race car, that's Jimmy Humblett from Shiloh, North Carolina. The 45 race car from Hampton, that's the captain, Bill Mullis. The J2 race car from Brightwood, Virginia, John Smith. Car number 6 across the line, that's going to be Harrisonburg, Virginia's Caleb Harris. And here comes a driver that's found victory lane many times here at Dixieland Speedway. From Dayton, Virginia, that red J9, Gerald Harris. Car number 38, the driver that won last time these cars hit the racetrack from Cobbs Creek, Virginia, Billy Hubbard. And these cars are getting ready to go full speed, sending it in just a matter of moments to see how these cars are handling and how they're liking this dirt racetrack here tonight in Elizabeth City. Again, this is their second race of the 2026 season here at Dixieland. They'll be back next month, and we always love having the Virginia Sprint Series here with us at Dixieland Speedway. Last call for the performance siding Super Streets. Super Streets, your needed pit road backstretch. Again, it's Dylan Schatzler, the fastest in Group 1. Will we have a faster driver here in Group 2? We're getting ready to find out. Remember, they're going to be doing their heat races coming up in just a bit. Our chief starter, James Batten, is letting them know in just about a lap or so, he's going to turn them loose, and they're going to go green flag practicing here at Dixieland Speedway. Again, the Virginia Sprint Series with us here tonight. Their next race following tonight will be at Hagerstown Speedway in Maryland on Saturday, June the 20th. Green flag is out. The Virginia Sprints Group 2 are full speed. Fayetteville, North Carolina's Ben McCall just went to the top here on the practice board. He's the quickest here in Group 2, and he's quickest overall, 17.162 seconds for car number 97. Dylan Schatzer, who was in Group 1, second fastest overall. Billy Hubbard, second quick in this group. He was third fastest overall in car number 38. Darren Bullock, fourth, and Robert Tyler round out the 5 here in practice for the Virginia Sprint Series. When they get set to come back out for heat racing, we'll have 2 8-lap heats, and that will officially set the starting lineup for the Virginia Sprints for their 25-lap race coming up later on tonight. Coming up next, the Performance Siding Super Streets. They are lined up on the pit road backstretch. They're going to begin to roll here in moments. Following them, we'll have the Inex Legends, followed by the Crown Vics, and then we've got the side-by-sides. The Performance Siding Super Street Series returns to Dixieland Speedway with another tight championship battle in the pit area. Colton Stevens at car number 78 from Elizabeth City leads the standings, but only by 8 points, because behind him sits Holly Johnson, who leads the division with victories. She has 3 this year. She sets P2. What about Moyock's Corbin Hamlin? He continues to quietly stack up top 3 finishes and remains within striking distance, while Rod Bazitsky waits for an opportunity to make his move. And don't forget about Larry Jackson. 2 starts, and guess what? He's got 2 wins, and look who's rolling out of the outside pit area. Keep an eye on that race car. We're talking about the Super Streets, car number 33, Larry Jackson. He wants to go 3 for 3 in his 3rd start. He's pulling double duty tonight. You just heard his name in the Sportsman Series. He's going to try to get it done tonight in these Super Street cars as well. So he's proved that whenever car 33 Larry Jackson's in the field, he's a threat to beat everybody. Now, consistency versus speed, points versus victories, and a championship battle that's far from settled. The Super Streets are going to put on another great show here tonight. They are lined up down pit road backstretch. Again, it's Colton Stevens. He has 2 victories as your point standings leader by 8 markers over Holly Johnson. We documented she has 3 wins this year. Corbin Hamlin is 3rd in the points, 28 markers back. 4th is Rod Bazitsky, and rounding out the top 5 is the C4 race car. That is Carter Weiss. Michael Wells is 6th in points. Larry Jackson, the only other driver to find victory lane with 2 wins. He currently sits 7th on a very limited starting schedule. Kevin Bray, who has 2 starts as well, sits 8th. George Greason's 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Colin Cartwright in the 9C race car. Legends, Inex Legends, please make your way to pit road backstretch for practice. Inex Legends pit road backstretch for practice and qualifying. It's quickly becoming a 2-driver showdown for the points race between Colton Stevens in car number 78 as well as Holly Johnson in car 43. Now, Colton Stevens will lead the field onto the racetrack. He drives a Chevrolet Camaro from right here in Elizabeth City, sponsored by Harbert Hooves Farm, Pungo Home Improvements, Harbor Plumbing, Jeff Swanson, Singleton Pressure Washing, and Aaron and Leah Jones helping support Colton Stevens, who his wife Colleen Stevens, she just raced earlier in the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts for practice. She helps support her husband. Kyle, Bradley, Cameron, Troy, they're all part of the Turn 1 crew that helps support Colton Stevens as they hope to take that car to another championship run by season's end. We talked about the J6 race car. That is Corbin Hamlin. He drives a Ford Mustang. He gets support from Coastal Lighting and Supply, as well as Moyock Automotive's Little Scott's Tree Service, Beach Radiator, and Joe's Maintenance help support Colin Cartwright in car C6. He'll be out 2nd. Then again, we documented Larry Jackson. He's going to be coming out at car number 33. They're your first 3 cars. Now, each driver will get 4 laps on the racetrack here in this practice/qualifying session. And they're getting ready to move here. And as I'm hearing now, they will begin to roll. Here comes car number 78, Colton Stevens. coming out on the racetrack to see if he can put that car on the pole position. Now, this Performance Siding Super Streets, they're actually going to be race 4 overall tonight. 20 laps will be the distance here for their feature. Cars beginning to roll out. We're watching the Colton Stevens car come by the start-finish line. And again, 4 laps, that is the distance. INEX Legends pit road backstretch for practice and qualifying. INEX Legends pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Coming to the checkered flag for the 4 laps for this first group of 4 drivers. No surprise, Colton Stevens was the fastest, 19.697 seconds for car number 78, the quickest here on the property. Second quick overall was Larry Jackson at car number 33. Corbin Hamlin was third, and Chris Lincoln currently P4 here in hot laps and qualifying. Rod Bozitsky, car number 2, the Beach Radiator Cavalier Garage Van 121 CPO Mess sponsored race car. 2 decades of competition for this veteran racer who's been a longtime fan of racing. Here comes Rod Bozitsky to take the green flag. Again, we documented the Virginia Beach Racers 4th overall in the points race. 3 top 5 finishes here in 2026. What about car number 80 from Maple, North Carolina? That's Kevin Bray. Kevin Bray, a multi-time track champion here at Dixieland Speedway. Kevin Bray across the line. He'll jump up to second. That'll knock Larry Jackson back to third. Kevin Bray, 19.967 seconds. He needs a little more than 0.2 of a second. Holly Johnson, car number 43. She'll jump up to third spot now. So Larry Jackson is beginning to free fall through the leaderboard. Holly Johnson in the Moody's Water Conditioning sponsored car. Nikki Overman's Roofing and Exteriors, Proto T&B, True East Heating and Cooling for Holly Johnson. And Holly will go to second. She is 9/100ths of a second from catching Colton Stevens. Car number 43 is wound up and rolling. Can she go faster on lap number 3? We're getting ready to find out. Carter Weiss, the C4 car, just in front of her. That's her younger brother. And on the white flag lap, Holly Johnson's trying to make something happen. Again, she needs 9. Make that and we're checking the leaderboard. It's actually dropped her back to third. So we'll double check with our timing and scoring. So it doesn't look like Holly Johnson actually took the second spot. There may have been a scoring glitch Nevertheless, it has updated, and it does still show Kevin Bray currently second quick overall. Holly Johnson is currently P3, and Larry Jackson right now is fourth. And that's going to wrap it up for Super Streets Hot Laps and qualifying. Your top 8 here at Dixieland Speedway. Again, it's Colton Stevens getting it done. He's looking to pick up his 3rd win of the season and pad his points lead. He clocked in at 19.697 seconds. Kevin Bray will line up to his right elbow in the 2nd spot. Holly Johnson, 3rd overall. Larry Jackson, 4th. And Corbett Hamlin rounds out the top 5. 6th is going to be Carter Weiss. 7th to Chris Lincoln. And Rod Bazitsky will roll off 8th. They're outside of row number 2. INEX Legends are coming up next here at Dixieland Speedway. Following the Legends, we're going to go Crown Vic practicing at Dixieland. And then we'll have your side-by-sides if you are just joining us here tonight at Dixieland Speedway. Welcome back.
Time for a beer run? Make sure you download the My Race Pass app on Google Play and the App Store and subscribe to MRP Live to watch live timing and scoring no matter where you are. Did you miss that last race? My Race Pass has you covered. Get the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store to see official results all night long.
Dixieland, Crown Vics pit road backstretch for hot laps and qualifying. Dixieland, Crown Vics, make your way to pit road backstretch at this time for hot and qualifying. How about it? Let's throw it back to the 1930s and 40s. These are the 5/8 scale replicas from the American automobiles back in the day. And they may be small, but they are fast in speed. Cody Carlton, the Flying 11 car. The defending champ here at Dixieland Speedway in the INEX Legend Series. He's the first car here for the hot laps and qualifying. 4 laps per car. So again, it's Cody Carlton across the line in car number 11. Also on the racetrack is Fast Lane. That's Mason Weekly in car number 48. Fast Lane, he's quick. He picked up another victory here at Dixieland. He now has 2 to his credit. He is tied actually with Cody Carlton in the first 4 races. We've had 2 different winners, both Cody Carlton and Mason Weekly with 2 wins each. So Fast Lane drives car number 48 from Virginia Beach. He's midway down the backstretch. Behind him is going to be car number 4. That's Andy Peterson. Andy Peterson now at the end of the back straightaway. Entering the back straightaway, the red 33 car from South Mills. That's Haley Horton. Haley Horton on the racetrack now making her way to turn number 3. Right now it's Cody Carlton the fastest. He just got that the last time around. 20.620 seconds. Mason Weekly currently sits second. Now these INEX Legends will be having a 20-lap race a little bit later on tonight. And there's the checkered flag to wrap up the hot laps and qualifying. And it'll be Cody Carlton leading the field to the green flag in car number 11. As we're seeing the checkered flag come out right now for Haley Horton. But again, it's Cody Carlton. Cody Carlton to the top. He'll start on the pole position. Mason Weekly will fire off second. Andy Peterson will start third. And Haley Horton will roll off fourth. The time that Cody Carlton set was 20.620 seconds. Side-by-sides, make your way to pit road backstretch. Side-by-sides, make your way to the pit road backstretch. Talking with Bill Weekly earlier, that's Mason Weekly's dad. We talked about this series and how affordable it is. If you're sitting in the grandstands or you're somewhere here on the property and you think, hey, I want to go racing, you might want to think about the INEX Legends from a cost standpoint. Very affordable to get into and really to have a competitive car and run up front after you get some time under your belt. But nevertheless, think about the INEX Legends, and they're a lot of fun to watch. We're going to watch them up the road in Hampton, Virginia tomorrow night at Langley Speedway, and they'll put on a great show there as well. Speaking of Langley Speedway, I've got some tickets to give away tonight, so if you want to make the trip up to Hampton tomorrow or on an upcoming Saturday night, we've got several pairs of tickets that we're going to give out here this evening. So just stop us and we'll hopefully be able to hook you up with some tickets so you can go asphalt racing tomorrow night at Langley Speedway. That's langley-speedway.com for all the details of the big race coming up tomorrow night. Of course, they'll have the limited late models back in action tomorrow evening. We talked about the Legends will be putting on a show, and we'll also see those thunderous modifieds. They'll hit the track tomorrow night at Langley Speedway. 7 o'clock is showtime, and you don't want to miss that. All right, look at these beautiful Crown Victorias. They are getting ready to come out as we speak, including, is that the sheriff or the police officer, the police chief? It might be. That's the 5-0, David Mon. He'll be coming out here in a matter of moments. And that's actually going to be the 5-0 of David George. David George in the 5-0 race car. So I think he wants to maybe be out front, but I'll tell you, when you see that car behind you with the lights on, it's always intimidating on the freeway. But he's hoping to be up front and leading this race. The 36D car, that's the pink car, that's David Mon. David Mon, we've seen both the 5-0 and the 36 compete at Langley Speedway for the Day of Destruction races, and they both have done quite well. Third car across the line, that is the 111. That's Thomas Castello. The 00, that's Garrett McNeil, followed by the 67, that's Hunter Stevenson, that yellow race car. And then behind him is Josh McLennan. Side by sides, your needed pit road backstretch. Side by sides, pit road backstretch. Again, Big Sports TV will have you covered, live coverage here tonight. Check out bigsports.tv on your smartphone, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Search for Big Sports TV. I want to again give a big shout out to Jay Bell, the producer for Big Sports TV, and William Rothwell here tonight, providing the great pictures you're seeing here this evening. Again, this is the Crown Victoria Series, their first year running at Dixieland Speedway. And the Crown Vics, they're having fun. David Mon, he leads the standings, but it's just by 2 points over Jake McLennan, while Josh McLennan and David George remain right in the mix. So we've had two different races. We've produced two different winners, and nobody has established themselves as a clear favorite. So every lap, every pass, and every position could impact this championship fight. The Crown Vics are proving that parity creates excitement, and tonight's race could be another chapter in what is shaping up to be a tremendous season for the Crown Vics. So again, we've just had two races. Tonight is going to be round 3 for the Crown Vics. Right now it's Garrett McNeil, the 00 car, the fastest, as we see the 5-0 of David George and David Mon side by side at the line to take the checkered flag. And that's going to wrap it up for our Crown Vics practice and qualifying. And it looks like, as we're waiting for everybody to come by the start-finish line, indeed, the 00, Garrett McNeil, is the fastest. He clocks in at 23.972 seconds. He'll lead the field to the green flag for this Crown Vics 15-lap feature later tonight. Joining him on the front row on the outside will be Josh McLennan in the 80M. Row 2 will be David Mon in the 36D race car. Firing off fourth tonight will be the 5-0 of David George. Thomas Castello will start fifth, and Hunter Stevenson in the 67 car, P6, are outside of row 3. Coming up next, we're going to have the side-by-sides for 3 laps, and then it's going to be time for some juice box racing. That's all coming up here this evening. If you're just joining us, welcome back to Dixieland Speedway. So glad you're here with us tonight. Keep up with live timing and scoring on myracepass.com. Be sure to search for Dixieland Speedway. You'll see what we see up in the tower as it relates to all the live timing and scoring here this evening. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and all things Dixieland Speedway at Dixieland-Speedway.com. Here comes the side-by-sides. Car number 9 is going to be Brian French. The 80 is going to be Ronald Slavin Jr. The 3 race car, or make that the 3 side-by-side, is going to be Jason Mundy. And James Walker drives the number 10 side-by-side. First time we've had the side-by-sides in quite some time. They make their return to Dixieland Speedway, and they'll get 3 laps of hot laps and practicing here this evening. So the side-by-sides getting up to full speed. The number 3 down the backstretch is going to make the pass going into turn number 3. Again, that's Jason Mundy. This will be their first lap across the line. And let's see what Jason Mundy puts on the board. Jason, 22.062 seconds. Brian French right now is currently 3rd because Ronald Slavin Jr. just flashed by the finish line to go P2 and the side-by-side 80 at a 24.7 second lap. And James Walker, he is currently 10th with a time of 26.870 seconds. We'll have a 10-lap feature coming up later this evening. White flag is in the air. That indicates just one more lap to go for all of these side-by-side competitors. And the number 3, Jason Mundy, coming out of turn number 4, is the fastest. He'll take the checkered flag. He went quicker on lap 2, and he goes even faster on lap number 3, 21.673 seconds to take the checkered flag for Jason Mundy. Brian French holds on to that second spot. Ronald Slavin Jr., P3, and James Walker, 4th in the side-by-sides. Again, they'll have a 10-lap race coming up later this evening. Juice Box Racing for all the kiddies. That is coming up next here at Dixieland Speedway. Following the Juice Box races, we'll have 2 8-lap Virginia Sprint Series heat races, and then we'll have pre-race festivities followed by our feature races tonight. We'll kick things off with the Down Home Shed Sportsman, 20 laps. Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts will be 15 times around. Race 3 will be the Virginia Sprints, 25 circuits. Race 4 is the Performance Siding Super Streets, 20 laps. Race 5 will be the INEX Legends cars, 20 trips around the Speedway, followed by the Dixieland Crown Vics for 15 circuits. And then we cap off the night with the side-by-sides, 10 laps of action. Got a great crowd here assembling at Dixieland Speedway, and we've got the kiddies ready to go for the Juice Box races coming up. I believe this is Miss Parker in number 2. Hey, how old are you, Miss Parker?
4.
4. All right, so what did you do to get ready for this race tonight? You did something, right? You practiced maybe a little bit in the backyard?
Yes.
All right, you're going to go fast as you can?
Yes.
All right, Miss Parker's ready to go. Number 7, what's your name?
Drake.
All right, and where are you from? All right, that's cool. You're from somewhere close by, and you're ready to go here today?
Yeah.
is. He's ready to go. And now we've got, what's that, Kenley in the number 12. Hey, what have you been doing to get ready to go racing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, you're going to win this one?
Yes.
She's got a big smile on her face. And the number 5, what's your name? Emma, is this your first time?
Yes.
It's not your first time. Okay, you've done this a time or two. All right, and if you're going to win tonight, right?
Yes.
Yes, all right, that's the spirit. And y'all ready to go? Let's give them big high fives. You're ready to go. Race fans, make some noise for all of our competitors. They're ready to go. They're in position, and we're going to watch them go for 2 times around for the juice box race. And I believe that gentleman down there, he's going to tell them when to go 2 times around. Race fans, make some noise. They're going to get the green flag, and they're all taking off. Trick is to make the left. That's the trick. Let's see, 4 wide going to the end of the makeshift front stretch. And we've got the number 10 out front. All right, gonna make another hard left. White flag one more time around. Oh, we got the helmet coming off. He's like, I'm not stopping, Dad. I'm gonna keep right on trucking. And here we go. We're gonna go side by side, almost 3 wide. And number 10 is going to take the checkered flag and pick. We're going to go to the there's a big bump. They're stacking them up. Bump, bump, bump. The first 3. But they've gotten it done here this evening. Give them a big round of applause. And we've got the winner here, and Riley Meads. Hey, Riley, congratulations. You've won it tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, how exciting was that?
It was really exciting. This is one of my first times.
One of your first times. And are you tired from that 2 laps? That was a tough race.
Yeah.
How are you going to go celebrate tonight?
Don't know.
She doesn't know, but hey, congratulations. Give them all a great big round of applause. And congratulations to our racers here this evening. They're all winners with us here at Dixieland.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Okay, go ahead. I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Go ahead. I love my race pass. Go ahead.
Everyone I know uses my race pass. 1, 2, 3.
Time for a beer run? Make sure you download the My Race Pass app on Google Play and the App Store and subscribe to MRP Live to watch live timing and scoring no matter where you are. Did you miss that last race? My Race Pass has you covered. Get the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store to see official results all night long.
Race fans all across the country are experiencing race day in a completely new way with the My Race Pass app. Lineups, event tickets, official results, directions, championship point standings, race day entry list, live timing, track, series, and driver news. Driver bios. Experience race day like never before. Contact your local track official to see how they can become part of Team MRP today. Download now for free in Google Play or the Apple App Store.
Race fans, be sure and visit Dixieland Speedway's refreshment stand for something hot to eat or cold to drink. Hot dogs, hamburgers, barbecue chicken, popcorn, nachos, ice cream, and much, much more. Of course, we offer refreshing Pepsi products. Pepsi is the official soft drink of Dixieland Speedway. Visit the refreshment stand behind the main grandstand or see Miss Debbie and Evelyn in the center of the infield's refreshment stand. And of course, while you're down there, check out the Dixieland Speedway apparel through our souvenir t-shirt shack located adjacent to the refreshment stands behind the main grandstands. Get your official Dixieland Speedway